When Evil Lurks is a delightfully brutal horror film where stress is the name of the game as it takes a classic possession story and twists it into more decidedly macabre territory. It demands its pound of flesh and comes away with more than its bloody share. Where other films can pull their punches or play it a little bit safe when it comes to actual stakes, there is no mistaking that doom is always right around the corner in every frame of When Evil Lurks. At moments, it even feels like it captures the scrappiness of Sam Raimi more than the recent Evil Dead Rise managed to do. Our story begins in a remote village where brothers Pedro and Jimmy live in a humble cabin. It is not clear to what led them here. After all, there are gunshots in the night. Though they've got guns of their own, the brothers know it's best not to wander out into all that murky black, where anything might lurk. What they find the next morning is a scene of gruesome violence but few answers. Well-meaning and willfully naive, they visit their neighbors, seeking to understand what they've seen in the woods. What they find is a young man transformed by evil. His body is bloated to the point of looking like a human worm, distended and covered in boils and pus. His family is in desperation for what to do next, but the answer is never simple. What follows are the brothers' attempts to rid their town of evil, and failing that, to flee from it. But from those first gunshots in the woods, you should know this is not a story with a happy ending. Being honest, this film feels quite rough around the edges, with a couple of visual effects here and there proving to be a bit distracting, but it did make up for the flaws with a fearsome commitment to chaos. When everything begins kicking off, there is nothing that is off limits and no one who is safe. This is a film that is not for the squeamish, as characters are dispatched with an often unrelenting brutality. Though there is some narrative wheel spinning it goes through before really getting into this, it demolishes anything and everything in its path once the brothers hit the road. Details about past family discord are doled out through all of this, but that takes on an almost comical tone when the characters we get introduced to are obliterated shortly thereafter. It is jarring as all hell, but in a manner that really feels right for where this is all going. Even if the brothers weren't completely out of their depth, which they consistently are throughout the entire film, it is unlikely they'd be able to stop the onslaught they've unleashed. When the film does dangle the possibility of the main characters finding a way to fight back, it can start to stumble a bit as it makes the horror that surrounds them a little too well defined. However, this is all soon water in the bridge when it is clear that these are only guesses at best by others who are similarly uncertain. It also provides the most well-constructed joke when a character starts listing off all the things you shouldn't do when dealing with such supernatural forces, and then proceeds to do them. It doesn't provide a respite from the frenetic energy coursing throughout the film, but rather gets an earned chuckle that complements the crushing sense of dread consuming everything. There is an absurdity to the violence as, even as it is deeply grim, we see just how far it is that Rugna is willing to lay waste to the world he's created. Just when you think there couldn't be more head trauma, he throws in some more. The movie culminates in a rather Scooby-Doo-esque ending where everyone splits up with little explanation as to why, except that there needs to be a way for more people to die. There is attention to how this is all staged, with a cavalcade of creepy kids lurking about just before it caves in some heads once more. Even when you then think it may have all settled down, the film twists the knife even further. It provides the cherry on top of a bloody sundae that you may just want to vomit up after gritting your teeth to swallow it all down. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed our deep dive into When Evil Lurks. If you agreed with our take or think we missed something, please let us know in the comments below. Remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on our future movie reviews and discussions.